Watching what I did of Funeral Phil's Halloween horror story budget was depressing. When he talked of pulling rabbits out of hats, I kept thinking of horror flicks like The Attack of the Giant Bunnies. Now I was picturing in my mind one floppy-eared pink monster bunny juggling a revving chainsaw and lunging at the smug little figure as he spoke in that tone, patronising, though it was, and beloved of all Tories. He sounded like an 18th century schoolmaster addressing the boys in the quad of some red brick public school. I kept expecting him to quote Kipling and order cucumber sandwiches, but instead he droned on about a budget that gives even more tax breaks and freebies to his rich chums and still penalises the sick, the poor, the working, the old, the disabled, the unemployed, and those on 0 hours contracts. Pretty much what I suppose most of us had expected. But hey, this is Phil. These are the Tories. My wife is seriously mentally ill. Suicidal at times. Diagnosed with bipolar and borderline personality disorder. We live in an area controlled by the Norfolk and Suffolk Mental Health Trust. We're now on our second attempt to get my wife referred back to mental health outpatient care. Now, that first attempt taught me one vital thing about where Hammond's promised funding will end up. And it's not going to be used to recruit more mental health nurses, more doctors, and it will certainly not open more specialist beds in local mental health units. I promise you. Now, I can make that promise from experience that I have. These insufficient funds anyway, considering the service has already been cut to and in fact through the bone, will go to NGOs, non-governmental organisations, like Mind, the Samaritans, and other, mark this, non-medically trained specialists. Not only that, but we know these same NGOs will have to sign gagging agreements, preventing them speaking out against the government hand that'll be feeding them and paying their wages. Now, as for those who are discharged from mental health services on any level, they will be told, like my wife has been told, phone Mind if they feel suicidal, or ring the Samaritans. Now listen to this next bit. I had heart bypass surgery 5 years ago now, and I was discharged from the amazing Papworth Hospital in the UK, incidentally where my mate Dennis Skinner had his international bypass. Nice one, Dennis, nice one, Papworth. Yep. I was followed up by cardiology, both at our local hospital and at Papworth. I was told to contact either of these hospitals and their clinics directly if I had any problems or the condition post-bypass worsened. I was not, however, told to ring St John Ambulance, book myself on their next first aid course, and they'll help me with the constant chest pain. This next bit is important. The Tories are in no way treating mental health services with a parity of esteem, note the phrase, parity of esteem, that would be given to physical illness. The funding pumped into it alone proves this point. Yet, I'll conclude, in the brutal, nasty, selfish world the Tories create daily to ensure the privileged elites get richer, there is a massive rise in mental illness. Believe me, funeral fills promises are but pie crusts, and they will be quickly broken.